Okay, the directions did read, graph the function, label the vertex and axis of symmetry. Well, this is not in vertex form, is it? So this goes back to where we have that other form, which is standard form, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So this goes back to when we first started this new section where we weren't using Desmos and we found the vertex. We had a formula. Does anybody remember or look up that formula? What's the formula for my vertex? Very good. So negative b over. Yep. And then once we find that x, what do we do to find the y? Plug it in. Very good. Well, if I look at my equation up here in the black, that doesn't even look like it's in the right form. I mean the right order, so to speak, right? So if I were to say, okay, let's just rewrite it so it goes x squared x and then the number. We know that f of x is just a fancy way of writing y. So we can say, okay, that's good. What should go first? If we want x squared x and then the number. The negative x squared. What goes second? Negative 8x, so that's in a good spot. And then what goes third? Very good. So when we go to look at this, what's my a? What's in front of x squared? Negative 1, thank you. What's my b? Negative 8. So now we're ready to go ahead and use that formula. X equals opposite of b, so opposite of negative 8 is positive 8. 2 times my a, you told me a was negative 1. Then we do the math. We say, okay, 8 over negative 2. That gives me an x value of negative 4. And again, we're finding the vertex. So right now we just found the x. What do we do to find the y? Plug it in. What do we plug it in for? X. Very good. So we're taking that green equation and plugging it in. So y equals, we have a negative 1 with our x squared, which is now negative 4. A negative 8 times negative 4 for the x, and plus 7. And then we're going to work it out. So, negative 4 squared is really what number? 16. 16 times negative 1? Negative 16. Negative 8 times negative 4 is positive 32 plus 7. Doing the math, what are you going to end up with? 23? Big number? That's my y of my vertex. So right now we found our vertex. Negative 4, 23. All right, it did ask for the axis of symmetry, which is always the line, x equals the h, so x equals negative 4, and then it did ask us to graph, right? Is it going to open up or down from that 423? Why down? Because it's negative x squared. So, you can change your graph of your little numbers because 23 is big, but we have negative 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe we go by, I don't know, what do we want to go by? 5s? All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. All right, so negative 4, 23. Here's 25, so maybe a little less. We said it opened which way? And would it be wide, narrow, or just kind of a normal? Kind of a normal, right? Because it's a 1. All right, so we have this axis of symmetry here. Whoops, I'm kind of off a little bit. Let me get a little more over to my negative 4. my mistake here. There we go. All right. And we said just kind of a normal. Again, if we wanted to be exact, remember we could do the X and Y table, pick a couple values that are less than that -4, pick a couple values that are greater than -4, plug it in, and we would be more exact. But it didn't really say do a table of values, did it? Nope. So we're good with this, finding our vertex and our axis of symmetry. Again, opening down because it had a -A. All right, good enough?